baby. It's Russian because Yoku's not here, so of course. He just likes to invade my life. He likes to invade my life, basically, even when he can't be here. Hello, everybody! Hello, everybody! Welcome to MangaPod. We're a weekly podcast where we all get together to read all or part of a manga, and then we discuss it with friendship, love, and lots of spoilers. This week we read Yu Yu Hakusho, chapters 36 through 72.
Pause.
Hold on. I'm getting, I muted, but for some reason I'm still getting audio somewhere. Did it.
Yep.
I'm Meredith Havlier, and your host, who is one of my lovely co-hosts, as well as a very special guest. So introduce yourselves, please.
Hi everybody, I'm Dodger, and I love Yu Yu Hakusho, so let's do this.
Hi everybody, I'm Thalia, and I also love Yu Yu Hakusho, so yeah.
Yeah!
I feel like such a newbie with you two.
Yeah!
So I'm
it's
like,
time to get to know your
guys
talk.
are like, what if I just said it was the worst manga I've ever read?
But you won't!
Alright.
'cause
So much disbelief. You couldn't even let me kind of have that joke. Jeez. If you've never joined us for a manga pod before, what we like to do is give you a short, spoiler-free description of the manga that we read, aka summary that will be read by Thalia, and then we will give you our spoiler-free recommendations, whether we think you should go and read this manga or not. That way, if you not want to be spoiled when we jumped into the spoiler section, you don't have to be. You can go read it and then come back and watch the VOD of this. We already did one manga pod on Yu Yu Hakusho, so that VOD is already up, so you want to check that one out first, most likely, and then come back and watch this one. It goes live right after the show ends at like 8:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Yeah.
Daylight time. I think it's daylight time right now.
Daylight, just California time. PDT.
Yeah, Pacific Daylight Time.
I always thought they were interchangeable, so I just learned something new.
They are not.
That's good. That's good to know. How about we do a spoiler free? Yes.
I was gonna say an easy workaround is just to say PT.
Oh, really? I always think physical therapist when I hear that. But probably not if I saw it after a time zone. Like, probably not then.
Yeah.
Wow.
Description?
Okay. Yusuke was a tough teen delinquent until one selfless act changed his life by ending it. When he died saving a little kid from a speeding car, the afterlife didn't know what to do with him, so it gave him a second chance at life. Now Yusuke is a ghost with a mission, performing good deeds at the behest. I don't know how to say that. Behest, I think, of Botam.
Yeah.
The fairy woman of the river Styx, and Koenma, the pacifier-sucking judge of the dead.
You pacifier-sucking judge? Perfect.
Does sound like it could be an insult if you
Yeah.
tried. Yeah.
Not to him, though.
Thank you so much for that. Gives absolutely nothing away about this
Yeah.
story.
Literally nothing. See,
Like, if
guys,
Thing, and that's it.
when we say spoiler free, we mean it unless Yoku's here and he just can't fucking contain himself. And it's like, wait, but let me tell you about this really cool thing that you're gonna find out on chapter 100. It's gonna blow your mind. You're like, Yoku, no!
God damn it, Yoku. Go subscribe to Yokurama Russian. YouTube.com/Yokurama.
YouTube.com/Yokurama Russian. Your place for all things Yokurama and Russian.
And Russian. Alright, spoiler-free recommendations. I can go first as the first person, not the first person reading this manga, but as the only person within our little trio here who has not read the manga before, except for the previous manga pod. I highly recommend it, especially getting to the part that we just read. I wanted more. I wanted more so bad. It's everything people have been telling me that it is. It was a little bit slow getting there, but the chapters are so quick and you fall in love with the characters so fast that it goes by faster than it might have otherwise. Like, it's not slow enough that you're like, oh, I can't sledge through this to get to the awesomeness. It's like, okay, this is okay, and now this is really awesome. So I think it's really good. It's definitely stands up for why everybody loves it so much. Like, I think it definitely holds up for how old it is, especially. It's not ancient or anything, but it's older. It's an older series, so I think it's not just like when people say they love Yu Yu, I don't think it's just nostalgia based. I think it's because it is such a great manga.
Yeah. Obviously I totally agree. And the last time that we did a Yu Yu Hakusho MangaPod, I believe that I said multiple times, God, I wish we would get to the tournament, and now we're there. And it's great. So Yu Yu is just great. I love it. It does have a slow beginning, but it just gets so wonderful once the characters get into their stride and like the story really takes off. It's a really good read, so I definitely recommend it.
Yeah, I agree. I don't mind the slow start because you actually get to know the characters from another side, aside from fighting. So it's cool to see that, and it's just a lovely story, and you really get sucked into it once you start reading it. So I really like it, and I really like the art style as well for its time. So definitely recommend it.
If you guys haven't heard of Yu Yu Hakusho, but you have heard of Hunter x Hunter, it's by the same mangaka. So
same
just to
dude.
give you an idea about it.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump into spoiler section. Warning to everybody in chat, do not post spoilers for anything past chapter 72, because somebody here has not read past that and will be very upset.
Don't ruin it for Aaron, I'll kill you.
I will be so trigger happy with the band hammer. So please,
we got
just don't do it.
Cube in there too.
Just don't do it. Yeah, the mods will give you a warning, and then you'll get timed out, and then you will get banned. So please don't give any spoilers. Also, don't give any pretend spoilers. Just don't do it. Don't be a rotten bacon butt. And if you do not want to be spoiled, now is the time for you to take your leave, because we're gonna jump into all the spoilers. So, all right. Wait, actually, hold on. Okay. Okay. 3, 5. Nope. I forgot how to count. 5, 4. Thank you. 3, 2, 1. Hiei's gone.
Koenma's God.
That's true. But I personally,
God Junior.
But I personally, in my heart, maybe he's just husbando. Maybe that's
Oh my God, Aaron!
What,
isn't it
Hiei?
night and day? The difference with Hiei, isn't it night and day? Oh my God, I'm so glad we finally got here.
From when Hiei is first introductioned to where we are now, he's much less of a dork.
Oh
He's
my
such
God.
a baby.
He's still a little bit of a dork, but he's so much more precious now.
Oh yeah.
And a
for
lot
sure.
more intimidating. The first time he was introduced, I'm like, you're just silly, sir.
You are not scary at all.
That's being a jerk.
It
Yeah,
totally
and
shocks me.
And you're a pacifier sucking dick bag, too.
It
Yeah.
really shocks me that, like, he was such a popular character from that first time you see him, because when we see him, we're like, who the fuck? What? This is awful.
It's like, why are you? Yeah. He was really popular from the get-go.
That's one of the reasons why he was like, oh, maybe I'll make him a main character, because people really liked him from the chapters he showed up in. Which I think is funny because he changes so drastically.
Yeah,
like,
he's
when he comes back, totally different.
Yet he's still number 1 in the character polls. That's so
Continued to be
It's
the
crazy.
That's so funny.
I still don't get why they don't bring back the whole green eye thing though.
Oh,
From the beginning.
worst.
It's just like, why?
They brought it back in the movie, which I thought was weird.
Really?
One of the movies, yeah. It was so weird. I was like, why this again? No!
Oh no! You're just like,
I remember they actually made a figure of him with that as well.
Really? Shit.
Yeah.
they do. They have all of his
Yeah.
eyes.
Yeah.
So bad.
It's so bad.
Yeah, so where we left off last time. Actually, Thalia,
Yeah.
did you have like a summary in the
Yeah.
manga that you wanted to read?
Okay, so oh, it's gonna start again from beginning. Okay. Wait.
I bet you could skip. I believe in you.
Okay, wait, I can say this. Yusuke's next mission is to get the enabling whistle from the four beasts and destroy the roundworm monsters that infest people's souls. He arrives at the demon plane with Kuwabara, Kurama, and Hiei. What will happen next? So that's where we kind of start off.
What will happen?
And Botan is trapped with girl.
With
What-
girl.
Forgot her name.
Girl with Keiko.
Girl. Yeah, they had the whole, like, the teachers were coming after them. And
Yeah.
They got so pissed.
Zombies.
I love that, like, most of the first parts, actually it's a continuing theme, is that Yusuke wins because he gets really angry. Like, I
Yeah.
really love that that's his, like, trope, is that he gets super pissed.
It's totally his trope. And I feel like Togashi really loves that too. Like the idea of somebody
for sure.
gaining a bunch of power from like their emotional connection to someone else.
Yeah.
Right? He loves that.
He-
So yeah.
Yep.
So much.
Anytime Keiko's in trouble, Yusuke's like, "Rah!" Like, oh, he's gonna win now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we also got to see Kuwabara's fight too. Like see him fight, and I have a soft spot for Kuwabara. He's so precious.
He's so
Yeah.
free.
He's the biggest cinnamon roll out of this whole thing.
Right? He gets a lot of, and we said this last time, but like out of everybody, he's gotten the most like natural character progression from the beginning. And yeah, he just continues to get more and more precious. Or you're just like, protect Kuwabara, please. He's so sweet.
Yeah. It's just, it's that, and it's like let's just give him a girlfriend so he can be happy.
I just want him to be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, his fight, like, I loved getting to see him stand out a little bit because it's always Yusuke. Like, Yusuke is always the one, like, achieving stuff. And so having that part where they're fighting against Whistle Dude, and then later when they're, the arc with Hiei's sister and, like, billionaire dudes, getting him to, like, fight on, like, the same level as Yusuke was really nice. Like, it was like, okay, there's a reason why they were rivals when they were, like, didn't have magical power, like, spiritual powers. Like, they're equal in certain ways. And so getting to see that not just said, but, like, played out in some ways was really nice. Yeah. God, and the action is so good.
I know.
The action is just so good.
I don't know about you guys. The translation that I read was so borked in like a lot of really funny ways.
Yeah.
But I loved when all of those like creatures were coming. All of was it Byako's creatures were like coming at him, and he like shish kebabbed them and then tied them around the tower.
Oh yeah.
And then I like scrolled down, and of course like the frickin' Scanlator's note was like monster centipede, and I was like, boo, no.
You're like, eh? Yeah, and there was some translation stuff that I was like, I think that was a typo, sir.
Oh,
God.
please, I hope
wish
so.
I read them now.
Yeah, so we had so there was that fight. Then we got the fight with the dudes who looked like Yusuke and Kuwabara.
Oh,
So weird.
Which I was like, okay. Like, after that ended, I kind of forgot about it. Because I was like,
I feel like that section was literally to do two things. Number one, to like remind you of the whole like, oh, Hiei's helping out the group now. And like Yusuke's like decided that he's in his debt, blah blah blah, and then that gets brought up again for the sister arc, you know. But yeah.
It was funny. It was a funny little arc.
It was really funny. I love the demons, like, how they look. Like, their disguises as the two.
Yeah.
Like people
They're
didn't
just like
notice.
really ugly versions of Yusuke and Kuwabara.
It just looks like they starved themselves and just like too skinny or something.
They're doing their best lizard impression.
Yeah.
And then after that is the sister arc, correct?
Mhm.
His sister. So
Yeah.
that, I don't know, that part, like, the action really picked up there, too.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, the action picked up in, like, the development with Hiei's sister, and then it was, like, the introduction into the not Dark Continent, that's Hunter x Hunter. The Dark Tournament.
Dark Tournament.
Dark
Yeah.
Tournament. Oopsie.
We got to know Toguro.
Yes.
Toguro,
Oh.
love.
He's so great.
Yeah, he's such a, oh my god. Toguro brothers
Just
are
his
so
design
interesting to me.
alone is enough to like.
I
be like,
took so
"Whoa."
many. They're not on this computer, but I took so many screen grabs of just when his muscles and arms just look
Oh
borked.
my god.
Like so
Yeah.
weird because his muscles are so weird on his body.
Yeah, that's true.
Like what's happening?
Even when he's just like standing there, it's like, sir, you're on some roids. Like he's just like
right.
the sunglasses.
Sunglasses, yeah.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
so cool.
It's interesting the first time that he takes off his jacket and you're like, oh, you look kind of emaciated. And then he like swolls up like crazy and you're like, oh, okay. I see how this is all going out. All right.
It's like, and I love that he's that, because you always get that villain that's like, I'm only at 15% power.
Yeah.
I'm a
And he
level.
also, you are strong enough for me to fight with 45%. And it just like keeps getting
You
bigger.
should be honored. Yeah.
I was like, oh good, we do have one of those. We
Yep,
get one of
always.
those
Yeah.
villains. But he's so
Oh, yeah.
cheeky and suave at the same time that I'm like, I can forgive you.
Yeah, you cannot hate him
And I feel
for
like
some
he
reason.
might have been, I mean, I haven't read, like, I can't remember, but like he might have been one of the first villains who did that too. Like considering the time
think
that
so.
like it came out for like shonen, he might have been one of like the people to set that trope as well. I don't know if that's true or not, but it's possible.
Yeah, I think we got some cool, interesting moments with Toguro. Like, the beast, the dude being like, well then, go ahead and kill this beast then and prove to me that you're so strong. And I loved that whole scene of Toguro being like, well, you know, your master wants me to do this. I don't want to do it. It makes me really sad to do it, but I'm going to. You know, he's like this interesting combination of like, he recognizes what things make him sad or uncomfortable, but at the same time, he will unflinchingly do anything that he needs to.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think he's like such an interesting character. Yeah. And he's so strong too. Like, ugh.
Like, yeah, 'cause in the Dark Tournament, we got to see him just, like, rip apart those dudes. I was like, grr. Like, I love seeing spinal cords just flail out of people surrounded by intestines.
I loved in that scene that we didn't have the audience being like, you're so dumb. Why would you do that? You'll never defeat all of them. Instead, they were like, oh, yeah, this is the dude who won last year. He's totally going to turn this shit up. Like, everybody was really jazzed about it.
Oh, I love how
great.
pissed the audience is, because they're a bunch of demons, so they're like,
Yeah.
what all these pansy-ass shit not killing each other doing? Humans are weak. And so when they come in and there's blood everywhere, they're like, yes!
I also love the idea of Koenma just showing up with a bunch of human girls and being like, well, here are our seats amongst all of these demons. Hope that's cool. And all of them are totally chill about it. They're like, yeah, go Yusuke! Like, they're not just surrounded by monsters.
Oh my god, yeah, I love that there's none of that, like, oh gosh, this is so weird, I'm in disbelief. Oh no, I will never believe that this is true. They're just like, yeah, go Yusuke.
Awesome. Love it.
I had something, but I don't. Oh, okay, sorry. Another, just to talk about more like spinal blood related scenes. When Toguro like kicked the fat dude's head off.
Oh,
the
so
class.
good.
Oh yeah.
So good. There was like a second when they were fighting Toguro and he like got killed. I was like, wow, he was really weak for all of his bluffing and boasting. And then he comes back and okay.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was really sad that he died. I was like, he was so cool, and he only had like 5 pages.
Nah.
Get to see more. And I like that he respects Kuwabara and Yusuke. Like, you can see that he respects them, which is nice. He's not just, he, like, respects them as fight. And that was something that we got to see with, Jin, too.
I love Jin!
Like, getting to see, like, I love that kind of, like, character that's just, like, super Genki, but gets real serious and is, like, really terrifying when they get serious.
Yeah.
I love that character. That kind of.
Oh, you will
character
get
so
that a
much.
lot.
Ooh, yay.
Yeah, I feel like that's another character type that he really loves using, like the person who just really loves fighting. You know, like they're just like a generally happy person, but they just can't wait to beat people up. It's like such a good. I love it.
Yep.
I think the most interesting fights that we saw in this section were definitely Kurama's, because Kurama gets really creative with all of his fights, and that's why I immediately was like, "You guys have to read these doujinshi because they're so funny." But like, yeah, I remember the very first time. Man, I watched the anime first. So the very first time that I saw the fight where he like plants the seed in his body and kills the guy that way, I was like, oh, because the whole time I was going, how is he going to get out of this? How is he going to get out of this? And the fact that we had like basically 3 fights in a row, it was just
With
like,
him.
I'll figure out something. It's like, Kurama, no.
Oh my
So
god,
good.
it was so. Yeah, I really liked getting to see him fight because he's like. So, not knowing anything about Yu Yu Hakusho, I hear all sorts of stuff about Kurama and, like, how badass he is. And I was like, so going into Yu Yu Hakusho, I was expecting him to have a much different personality than I got. I was expecting him to be much more stoic and, like, cool dude. And he's so sweet and just, like,
Yeah, he's really sweet.
He's a super sweet mom
and
and
calm. Yeah, he's like a mama's boy, but he's also
dad.
kind of a mom himself. In terms of like how he like cares for everyone, and so getting to see him fight was really interesting. Was really cool because having like not only gotten a different personality than I was expecting, getting to see him fight was really cool. And like the fact that he's just, I don't know, getting out of it with all this crazy shit like coming out of his blood, all that. Holy shit!
They try really hard to establish him as a very conniving character, which I think is really cool. That he's like a combination of being conniving and also like really sweet. Just like, cool, yeah.
Yeah,
Very
I didn't see that
dynamic.
coming when I was watching or reading, because I was like, I like Kurama's design the most, obviously, from like out of all of them. And then I was like, I wonder if I will actually like this character or not, because he hasn't had that much like progression. And then when you saw that fight, it's like, wow, he's pretty badass by doing things that seem simple, but they aren't really simple, and they might seem girly to some people because it's like rose whip and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But it's actually really cool when he does it. So he's really nice. He's definitely my favorite character for me.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's like terrifying. Like if you had a rose whip coming at your face, that's scary.
Super scary, right?
Especially if it's coming out of some dude's like blood. You're just like,
Yeah.
whoa. You don't want to get hit. There's thorns. You don't want to get hit with those.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh.
So, but yeah, I love that he like took down so many. It made me so sad that Kuwabara got like knocked out. I was like, when's he coming back?
I know.
He's just out.
Yeah.
We had like that whole huge section where Yusuke was just asleep.
Yeah.
And every time we saw him, everybody was carrying him around, just like nonchalant.
I love that.
So, oh gosh, I can't say it because you all know already, and you're gonna give something away. Though I'm pretty sure I know who their 5th member is. It's pretty obvious.
Oh, okay. I didn't actually
think
when I
it's-
was watching. I didn't know. So
Maybe I just think it's obvious and I'm actually wrong. Like that happens 99 times out of 100. So, should I can't.
we're not gonna say anything. So
Yeah.
Okay, can I put
Say
my
anything.
guess? Can I say my guess?
Sure.
Though,
Hold on, I'll look away.
Okay, I think it's the old Laney trainer who has gone back, has some sort of power to make herself young again.
what's
The
her name?
lady-
No.
that used
I
to
know who you mean.
transgender.
I'm so
Yeah.
bad at names.
I think it's totally her, and she has some kind of power that makes her young, so that she, like, young, like, every 100 years or something, and so that she can fight in the tournament. And so when she's younger, her body is more youthful, and she can fight better.
So,
That's
so you're saying she's Bisky from Hunter x Hunter?
Yes. Basically. I'm like, you can't fool me, Togashi. You can't fool me.
I know you. I know
I
what you
understand you. I guess. I think
Right.
she is Bisky. So nobody in chat confirm or deny me, please.
Yeah, guys, that's spoilers.
But yeah, Genkai is the teacher lady. That's who I think.
Genkai. Right.
Genkai.
Yeah.
Yes.
Was it actually this volume where the nurse lady was being a dick and kind
Yes.
of captured
Yeah.
EA? Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
that
like,
was
oh my
something
god, I hate you so much.
I was like, are you... I was kind of confused about that. Was she part of the tournament's management, or was she part of the other team?
No, she actually works for the tournament, but was
Yeah.
paid to be like, you need to come in and we'll do a medical examination. And then, like, she has a power to be able to basically contain them so that they can't join the fight.
Okay.
But yeah, like, I think the implication is that she's been bribed to do that.
That's what I was confused about. I was like, why would everyone's yelling? Like, your crowd is getting really mad. Why would management do this? This is a really bad call. Like, why would
It is.
But it makes more sense if she's being bribed. It makes a lot more sense. But oh my god, with him getting Hiei like trapped in there and she's slowly losing her composure. That's why it made me so mad. Ow. Made me so angry when I had to stop at chapter 72 because it's like it ends with Hiei just being like, ooh, and everyone going, oh shit, and Hiei's sister showing up, and so I was like,
Yeah.
I'm so coherent right now.
Oh, what did you think about Hiei's sister, by the way?
She's so sweet. She's so
Yeah.
sweet.
I really like her. I like that mini arc because it was like getting to know Kuwabara and Yusuke a little bit more because of it. And then actually seeing Hiei's sister, which when I was watching or reading, I didn't expect that at all to be Hiei's sister because there's no resemblance at all.
Yeah.
And they're so different from each other. But I like the whole fact that Hiei is kind of doesn't want people to know that it's his sister and all that stuff. And that he is really protective of her, and that showed like the soft side of Hiei a little bit. And that's cute. I like it.
Yeah. I like what her as a character. She's very sweet. She doesn't have a lot of personality to her yet, but we haven't got to see her very much. Like the only time we really got to see her was she was like being held captive, and then now she was in one page of the last chapter that we read. And so I haven't got to see her very much, but I really like what she brings to Hiei, like that side that you were saying, like what she brings out, and I'm excited and very interested to see her character come out more. So I can see her being a real like sweetie, but also a badass. And so I'm like, wait.
What did you guys think of the Hiei and Kurama origin story?
Oh gosh, I
Remember?
Remember?
Oh man.
Wait, did you guys not read it?
Did I miss that?
It definitely was in what I read
it, but
Oh no. Can you refresh my brain?
Maybe it was. That's weird. Yeah. Wait, which chapter was that supposed to be in? Chat, back me up. Am I incorrect? Because it was definitely in my reading.
Shoot.
it could be. I didn't reread it, so it kind of probably faded for me. Was that after the?
Sorry. Somebody in chat was just like, doesn't his sister have like a special ability or something? And then somebody else just goes, she cries diamonds or something. This made me laugh.
I even forgot about that.
Oh, okay. So do you remember what chapter it is? If I see.
I don't remember. I'm gonna wait and see if chat confirms that it was in there or not. It was definitely in what I read, but if it wasn't in what either of you read, then I'm gonna assume that mine were out of order for some reason.
wasn't it? Was it after Hiei's sister?
Yeah, it was.
Hmm.
Then it totally probably was, and I'm just being
Yeah.
the worst host.
I just
ever.
can't remember it,
Like,
probably.
blanking
It's all good.
on a really
Nope,
important part.
Let's pretend it didn't happen.
No,
Let's
I
pretend
want
it
to
didn't
hear
happen
your
until
thoughts
proven.
on it. I want to hear your thoughts on it because you brought it up.
Yeah, it's in the last reading. Backstory is right before Hiei's fight. Okay, cool. It was in there.
Oh,
So it was basically a story where it's really simple. It's like one chapter or something. It's where Kurama as like little baby Minamino, with like short hair. There are kids being kidnapped, and he and Hiei wind up like in like a little scuffle because Hiei thinks that Kurama is like where all of the demonic energy is coming from, and Kurama's like, "It ain't me, dog."
Okay,
And
I'm
Hiei-
remembering.
Okay, yeah, and Hiei's
me
like, "Well, it
too
ain't
now.
me," and they were like, "Let's team up, I guess." And then they go
Yeah.
and they like save all the kids.
And they're cute little chibis. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, I remember. Yeah. So sweet. Like I like that there's a connection between them. That it's not like that. Like they're given the backstory. It's not just hey they really clicked, but it gives them like they just met and now they're besties. But
Yeah,
it gives the scenes. Now that you remind me, it gives the scenes where Kurama is noticing Hiei's arm and is that more intuitive to what Hiei is feeling. And especially when Hiei goes off into like the forest and is having like a, oh god, I'm in so much pain. The picture that is used for Yokurama.
Dude, I love that picture so much. When I saw it, I was like, he's literally on a tiny rock in the middle of the water with waves crashing against it.
Feels.
Just like doubled over in pain. I was like, this picture's so good.
And so it gives more weight to when Kurama goes and finds him, and is talking to him, and then like how the two fight together so well. So like yeah, you bring that up. I'm like, oh, that's why Kurama knows all of this about Hiei. It has that little like the mama bear protective like he sacrificed. He can't do it anymore.
I kind of forget about all of that stuff for some reason because I know they have a connection, but we do see some like flashbacks sometimes, but it's always really short, so I tend to forget
like,
about
what's
it very
happening?
easily.
Yeah, it's very quick. Yeah, it's very Togashi is very much about showing you and having it play out in front of you as opposed to giving you flashbacks and giving you all the exposition in the flashback. Like he's very much about I want my readers to experience this with the characters. And so you like very rarely get very much backstory for anything.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Which I love. I like a lot because it makes me feel that much like I'm part of the story.
Like you went through it with them.
Yeah, like I'm going through it because I'm getting all the feelings. It's not just like, I felt really sad when my dad died 10 years ago. Let me tell you about it in flashback. It's like, oh, your dad is dying right now. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Nobody's dad dies in this story. I'm just giving an example of something that's happened before in other manga. Yeah, I'm so excited to see Hiei just get really pissed and bust out of there. I'm stoked to see that.
Yeah.
The part, probably my favorite moment, that we read, one of my favorite moments, was when, the dudes were fighting and the guy was beating up Kurama after he finally, like, ran out of power. And his leader tells him to stop. He's like, you need to stop. You've lost. And they show Yusuke looking so pissed. He's like, you've lost because you're about to die. If I hadn't stopped you, you would be dead right now. And Yusuke's just in the back with his ring and just up, ready. Oh my god. I was like, oh, this is epic.
I know. I love that
Such
too.
a good moment. I can't imagine
It's just
what that
so
would
nice
be
to
without,
see how they grow together by fighting, and Yusuke just cares more and more about Kuwabara. It's like, oh.
Yeah. They all become like really close comrades. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. I love the broship.
Yeah.
Broship.
Guys, they even put out an album. They put out a a fucking Yu Yu Hakusho album where all the boys sang songs together.
Nah, no way.
Yeah,
Are you
it's real.
kidding me?
It's real.
What?
I own it. Aaron, I own it. I'll bring it to you. You can play it in your van. It'll be great.
My van. My minivan.
Yeah,
Blasting
you know.
some Yu driving down the highway.
Yeah, and your Volkswagen Bug. You can just like roll all the windows down. Listen to some Yu. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not out of realm of possibility for something I would do. So, oh my god, I love it. I love it when anime do that. When they're like, let's just get all of our voice actors together, even if they can't sing, but have them sing so that the fangirls can think that they're singing.
I love it. Love it so much.
All right, let's talk about art really fast. What are you guys' thoughts on the art? Thalia, you kind of already touched on your opinions, but
yeah, the big panels looked really good, especially with the like special shading when it gets like darker. I like it a lot. It's like sometimes it's simple, but sometimes it doesn't need to be more than that. Like when it happens. So I feel like when the fights are going on, they're really putting their work into it. So that's when I like it the most.
Yeah, Togashi's art is always kind of touch and go. Like there are moments where it's like a little bit sketchier, and you're like, all right, you felt like you didn't really need to, like put a whole lot into this. Yeah. And then there are moments where you can tell like he wanted an expression to be perfect, Yeah. So yeah, I mean, like I'm never going to say that Togashi's art is amazing, but I still find it endearing, if that makes sense. Yeah. Like, yeah, I still like it.
Togashi is one of these mangaka whose story and writing is so fantastic that the art, you like totally forgive any sort of like shortcomings it has. Even like it doesn't need to be overcomplicated, because the story that he's telling is so well done and fascinating that there's times where like he's able to get the story across with simpler art, which is really like really neat and a sign of a really good mangaka, I think. And like you said, like the art's not super outstanding, but then he like puts these overall, it's not like crazy detail, but then he puts all of this detail into the impactful moments, like the moments that he wants you to remember. Like the one, I think it was Yusuke, when Yusuke's fist goes flying through something, like through air or puff of smoke or something, but there's so much detail in the fist. And then the next panel, it's like very simple, no backgrounds or anything like that. Like you can tell where all of his effort went into, and he's very selective about it, in a very intelligent way. And so it makes any sort of problems that the art could have just be like, that's totally fine. Like it's very endearing too. It's not it's not like times when he, is just like, I got a deadline to meet. Here's a scratchy thing.
Oh
sketch.
God, yeah.
So
it's not Hunter
it's
level.
It's not Hunter, thank God.
So it's very, it's simple, but like you don't need, because of how fascinating and great the story and characters are, you don't necessarily need all of that background to get an idea about what's happening. Like you get the atmosphere and everything from the dialogue and the characters, like, in what's going on around. Like you get all of that. And so there is times where I do notice a complete like lack of anything behind the characters a lot of times, unless it's like a bird's eye angle view down of them, then it's like that's detail. But if it's them like talking face to face, it's always just white background, like whites everywhere. But other than that, I think it's great. I love the character designs too. I love them. They're very distinguished, for sure.
I like how Yusuke is like, he has his hair down when he's lazy, I think, or when he was sleeping, and then it's like back again.
I like that too.
Kind of.
Yusuke's hair is a totally separate character.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's times where I'm like, Yusuke, your hair is flawless. It's just so pretty. All of the hair in this is just.
I know. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
All right. Does anyone else have anything they would like to bring up? Otherwise, we can wrap up and give our final thoughts and ratings.
Yu Yu Hakusho is the best, and we should read more ASAP.
Yeah.
Final thoughts. There, I jumped ahead.
Yeah, it's great. I want to keep reading. I want to just go and like. I was gonna say puke it all in, but that's wrong.
You don't want to do that.
I don't think that would. No.
Oh my gosh.
There's got to be a term for what I meant, but I don't know what it is. So that's how I feel about you.
Okay. Oh wait, I forgot to ask Aaron, who is your best boy? Because I'm really curious.
Oh man.
Hard to choose a best boy with this group.
It's true. I guess. Probably Hiei.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah. He's got the badass. He's badass.
Mine
He
is
also has that sweet
Kurama.
side of him, and he's short. I have a thing for short anime characters for some bizarre reason.
Me too.
Well, he is really cute though, so
He's
I
very
mean,
sweet. And his deadpan faces are just so good. Where he's just like,
yeah. Like, are you serious? Okay.
Are you serious?
There's some really crisp ones coming up.
Oh really?
Yeah, they get more exaggerated as time goes on.
God. Wait, there is one. Hang on. So there was one frame out of this whole thing that made me laugh really hard. So I think this is when Yusuke and Jin are fighting, and the like announcer lady gets caught in it, and she just like flies off, and she just goes meow. So it's like this action, and then it's just the cat lady just going meow.
Oh, she is so random. Like, even in a TV series, I thought she was kind of annoying, but at the same time hilarious as well, because no one likes her, and everyone's like, shut up, we just want to fight.
Meow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gosh, I don't know what to give a rating for it. I don't know if I can. I'm just...
Me neither. Red out of colors. This is red hot. It's a red hot
Red
show.
hot.
Red hot manga
Red hot.
out of
Yep.
rainbow.
There you go.
I don't even know how much we rated it last time, because I'm pretty sure everyone was like, this is not the best yet. We're gonna like be like
Oh,
7
yeah.
or something.
Probably gave
It's
it
only
like
gonna go up.
7s, something like that.
I think so. I'm not too sure.
I would give it at least an 8. Like
Yeah,
what
for
we're-
now, yeah. I mean,
I can. Yeah, it's gonna go up because we're at the start of
yeah.
something. I just like. I was like, I'll
Sorry.
just ignore it. I was like, I didn't know if you wanted me to acknowledge, but I was like, I'll just
No,
pass, and then I
I-
acknowledged.
I threw my shoe by accident, so
Oh,
I was
no.
grabbing it. Anyways.
Yeah, I'd give it at least minimum an 8. Like, and I can. It's gonna just keep going. Whoa.
Yeah.
Alright.
I totally agree. Red hot out of rainbow.
Red hot out of rainbow. Rain out of bow. Rain out of rain. Bow. Alright, I'm gonna read the description for what we're reading next week. That wraps up our discussion on Yu Yu Hakusho, if you couldn't tell. Sorry. No real segue I did there. I was just kind of like, yeah. Alright. Reading the description for the manga that we're reading next week, and everybody in chat, guess what, guys? You get to guess it. You get to guess it, guys. Alright.
Get ready, everybody.
The people and cyborgs of the blank live beneath the floating city of blank, whose inhabitants dump their junk in the blank and rule above its inhabitants. Okay. One day, blank, a former... Shit, I can't remember what I blanked. So, a former blank citizen and doctor specializing in blank repairs finds the intact head of a young blank in a vast pile of scrap. He takes her in, gives her a body and the name Blank. Blank then discovers long-forgotten fighting techniques hidden in her body and decides to become a hunter-warrior, a bounty collector employed by the factories of Blank. I could have blanked fewer things.
No.
But
I mean, I
And
don't
true.
even know.
I also don't know if I blanked enough. Did I blank enough,
I
guys?
think you did.
I don't know.
Literally
You blanked enough.
Drawing a blank here.
I don't even know what it is. There's
Yeah,
so
me
many
neither.
blanks.
Anyone on YouTube getting it? No? Battle Angel Alita!
Oh.
Yay!
Yay!
once again. He's so excited about it. We're reading volumes 5 through 8 of that. Battle Angelita is absolutely fantastic. If you haven't read any of it yet, definitely go and read it. Just do it. It's so good. Spoiler alert for next week, but it's so good. Alright. So, let's go ahead and shout out our stuff super duper fast. I'm Erin of Happily Erin. You may be here on my YouTube channel, but yeah, I do anime weeps trash on my YouTube and also post anime weep trash on my Twitter. So if you want to find me anywhere on all social medias, it's Happily Erin all across the everything. I have 3 E's in my name because I like to make it difficult.
Hi everybody, I'm Dodger. You might be watching this on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/dexteritybonus, but you can also find me on youtube.com/pressheart2continue. I play visual novels, dating sims. I do a weekly show about the games industry. I'm gonna be doing an anime first impressions video of this season, which I'm very excited about. I've watched like 13 shows so far.
Yay!
I'm actually super jazzed about this season, so I'm excited to talk about it.
Good.
Yeah, right? And yeah, on all the social medias, you can find me at DexBonus, DEXBONUS. Thanks, guys.
Hi everybody, I'm Thalia. You can find me back on YouTube as Thalia Lisette. Same for Twitter and Twitch. I recently started Twitch as well, so I'm kind of streaming Amnesia Memories right now. Doing all the routes. And yeah, I'm doing that and playing some Pokemon online as well. And then on my channel, I have a lot of anime stuff and K-pop stuff and some shows with Mia and Abby. And I also have a K-pop podcast that I'm doing too much at the moment, but it's fine. So yeah, I do all of that stuff and hauls and all of that. So yeah, come join. That's it. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for
joining
being
us.
awesome.
You're great as always. We can't wait to have you back, and hopefully the next time you're here, we can have everybody.
Yeah,
Everyone.
one day.
One day. Yeah, everyone should go and tweet at Lou and Yoku. Yoku had food poisoning this week, and Lou is studying for a test, and so neither of them could be here. So you should go tweet all of the love
tell them
to them.
how dope they are.
Yeah. So yeah, that wraps up Yu Yu Hakusho manga. If you would like to find more MangaPod, you can find our subreddit, reddit.com/r/MangaPod. That has the schedule for all the upcoming manga pods that we're gonna read, and as well as a recommendation thread where you can post your recommendations for manga that you think we should definitely go ahead and check out. Otherwise, we'll be here same time, same place next week, 7:30 p.m. Pacific PDT Pacific Daylight
Pacific time.
Twitch.tv/dexteritybonus, reading Battle Angel Alita volumes 5 through 8 with special guest Ian Leaf. Yay! Bye!
Woo! Bye, everybody.